Greetings, mortals. A capital day to y'all. A consistent soul believes in destiny, a capricious one in chance. Benjamin Disraeli. In today's podcast, I will be presenting a very interesting idea, simply known as the Eschaton. Eschaton, deriving from the Greek word eschatos, meaning last, literally translating to the last thing, the final event. Now, if you will for a moment, go on a journey with me. A journey spanning eons. As far as we can tell, the universe sprung forth from a singularity 13 billion years ago. At first, the universe was nothing but hot plasma, too hot for atomic bombs to form. Yet, eventually, the universe cooled, and the first atomic bombs emerged. After billions of years, stars began to populate the night sky. And then, the first planets found their way into orbiting these very stars. 4 billion years of time passed, until eventually, a blue planet formed around the star, Earth. Our home was born. In the beginning, the Earth was without form, a molten cluster of rocks. Slowly, this cluster cooled, and the Earth as we know it began to emerge. Violent collisions with comets and asteroids, plummeting towards Earth, brought the nectar of life to our home, water, paving the way for life as we know it to evolve. Our planet was nothing but a lifeless rock until the first life forms saw its first dawn. And from there, the race was on. Simple single-celled microorganisms entered the picture, born in Earth's primordial seas. For a long time, this was all life was. Only after another 3 billion years did life as we know it find its first footing as multicellular organisms entered the picture. Barely 600 million years ago did life as we are familiar with it enter the question with the appearance of the first arthropods. 200 million years ago, and our common ancestors fought their way out of the prehistoric oceans to conquer the land, setting the basis for our eventual emergence. The first mammals appeared only 140 million years ago. The ancestors that would eventually end up becoming Homo sapien. 300,000 years ago, and the most complex organism known to man evolved. Humans. At this point, the evolution of life on Earth took a radically different turn, unlike any seen before in the history of life on Earth. Instead of simple biological evolution, a new factor had emerged. Social culture. Our culture consisted of small packs of hunter-gatherers for thousands upon thousands of years. Approximately 20 to 30 millennia ago, the first agriculture saw its beginning. It was only in the late 18th century that culture took another rapid turn into complexity with the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. At this point, evolution would take another unexpected turn. Evolution would move into the technological realm. 200 years ago, the fastest word could travel was equal to the speed of the fastest mare. Only 1.5 centuries later, we would be communicating almost instantly across the globe using the World Wide Web. By now, a picture should begin to emerge for you. It is as if complexity is advancing at an ever-increasing rate. Complexity seems to build on previously achieved levels of complexity. From atomic systems emerge chemical systems. From chemical systems, biological structures are built. On biological systems, life evolves. From simple life emerges more and more complex creatures. All of it building on past progression. Out of complexity emerges even greater complexity. Each new step into complexity advances at a faster rate than the previous step. Today is the most complex time in the history of the entire universe. And what is the most complex system we are aware of? Human beings. If complexity is what the universe is striving for, then mankind is in the center of this process. Instead of nature being a purposeless, random, uncaring process that cares nothing for our past nor our future, we regain our importance and centrality in nature as the pinnacle expression of this complexity. It is as if all of history is being pulled towards something, the divine state of ultimate complexity, the Eschaton. Eschatology is a theological concept concerned with the final events of history, or the ultimate destiny of humanity. In the context of mysticism, the phrase refers to metaphorically to the end of ordinary reality and reunion with the divine. Most present-day eschatology and apocalypticism, both religious and secular, involve the violent disruption or destruction of the world, whereas Christian and Jewish eschatology view the end times as the consummation or perfection of God's creation of the world. For instance, as indicated by old Hebrew perspectives, reality unfolds along a linear path, or rather a spiral path with cyclical components that nonetheless have a linear trajectory. The world began with God and is ultimately headed towards God's final goal for creation, the world to come. Akin to a flower growing towards the sun, every creation is reaching for its ideal form, the perfect state. The perfect state is that which is eternal, that which is wholly complete, that which has attained its purpose, its end state. If this eschaton were to be a reality, then this instantly denotes a purpose to the universe. This is going in straight opposition to the scientific mainstream view that the universe is a random, purposeless process, pushed from the past towards nowhere, as opposed to a process of unfolding towards an end state. This may occur sooner rather than later, so prepare accordingly. Stay safe out there. Thank you for listening. See you next time, mortal. Remember to hit that bell button to stay notified. Subscribe for more. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. And please feel free to share it. If you want to support my work, you can find me on Patreon at Library of Gnosis. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Bitchute at Library of Gnosis. The audio versions of my broadcasts are available on Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast at Library of Gnosis. Music is produced by Coda from coded.music.